Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry for the long silence, but I have been buried under so much work and I have not had time to upload anything onto this channel. I actually haven't had that much time to play Pokemon Go at all. And I will continue to be extremely busy throughout next week and next weekend because I have Comic-Con coming up and I have been preparing for that 24/7. I have been working nonstop, but literally like an hour ago, I reached expert in the Great League on my last set of the day right before league rotation. So I got super lucky and I really wanted to share with you guys the two teams that helped me get there. But here's the thing, I do not have time to do commentary over this whole video, so I'm just going to do an intro. I'm going to explain the teams a little bit, and then I will leave you guys to enjoy the battles. I really wanted to share these teams with you guys for anyone who might be struggling to build a team in Great League, or maybe you want some ideas, and there are two different teams that helped me reach the 2700s. And I should say that the first team in this video helped me climb from the 2300s. I was literally in the pits. I had no idea I was going to reach expert today, but I didn't climb from the 2300s today, obviously. It took me like a week, but Weezing, Galarian Weezing lead, Shadow Galarian Weezing I should say, with Lapras and Dewgong, helped me get from the 2300s to the 2600s, and then the team kind of stopped working around the 2600s, and then based on the meta I was seeing, I switched it over to a team that I have featured on this channel before, and that is going to be Claydol lead with Wigglytuff and Shadow Galarian Weezing in the back. It worked so well for me, and thank goodness I was recording because I almost did not record my expert set. I was literally in the 2600s, and then I got a 5-0, which was enough to get us over 2750. So I almost did not have those battles recorded, but we made it, we got there, and I'm just going to share with you guys the battles today. Not with full commentary, but maybe you guys can learn from the battles without sound, you know? And you won't have my annoying voice. Okay, so some basics about the teams. I wouldn't really say there is a safe swap on both of these teams. Both teams are going to be ABB style teams. The first one, obviously, you have a fairy type on the lead with two ice types in the back, ice and water types. And the backline on this team is very, very bulky, but it is going to struggle against some rock types like Bastiodon and Carbink. And to my surprise, I actually ran into a lot of those with this team, but we did manage to climb quite a bit. Like I told you guys, I think I got 4 or 5 4-1s with it on like the first 2 days that I used it, and I was like, whoa, this is really good, I should share it. But there are some weaknesses that do need to be addressed. I would prefer Lapras with Skull Bash on this team. I am running Ice Beam. I don't want to take the Ice Beam off of my Lapras because it cost me an Elite TM. And I was struggling against opponents that had Lapras with Skull Bash because the backline was kind of weak to it, and obviously Weezing is going to be weak to it. So I do recommend Lapras with Skull Bash. And if I lose lead, it depends on what the lead is. If I feel like my opponent is going to have a fighter in the back, then I'll swap into Lapras. But if I feel like my opponent is going to have a Morpeko in the back, I would prefer to swap into Dewgong because Dewgong can at least do some damage to a Morpeko. But Morpeko in the back usually is a loss for this team. If it's on the lead, I will double shield Galarian Weezing. For the most part, you want to save your shields for Galarian Weezing because it is the squishiest Pokemon on this team, and you absolutely need it for if your opponent has that fighter. And then for any Mudslap leads, I'll swap immediately into Lapras because usually if the Mudslapper is a pure ground type, Dewgong is going to be your better answer to it, but you want to save that Dewgong in the back draw out the whatever your ice types are going to be weak to with Lapras, and then hopefully Dewgong can handle that ground type. Now the second team I used in this video is Claydol, Wigglytuff, and Galarian Weezing, and for the most part I was using Galarian Weezing as my safe swap to draw out any poison types that the opponent might have in the back, and with the poison type out of the way, then Wigglytuff is usually safe. So Weezing did a really good job of drawing out Clodsires and Toxapexes, and for the most part it was the only poison type on my opponent's team. It's also really good at drawing out steel types, although not a lot of people are running steel types at the moment. But I should say that this team does struggle a little bit against Talonflame and a little bit against Lapras. Now for Talonflame lead, I will usually stay in with my Claydol, and I will try to go for 2 Rock Tombs. You will have to invest 1 shield into that matchup to be able to reach the second Rock Tomb, but then Weezing will be able to handle the Talonflame with a Sludge with your opponent's shields out of the way. So Talonflame, not the biggest issue. Lapras is a little bit more tricky to deal with, but keep in mind, you have Rock Tomb, which is going to hit for super effective, and at the same time, it is debuffing that Lapras, so that matchup is definitely manageable. But for the most part, I love the synergy of these Pokemon with Claydol, because the 2 fairy types that you have on this team can both handle ghost types really well. Obviously, you have that Brutal Swing on the Galarian Weezing, which is going to hit for super effective, and you have Wigglytuff, which is absolutely going to be resisting ghost type moves, and both of the back Pokemon are going to be really good against dark types, which Claydol is also weak to. Alright guys, I have said everything I want to say about these teams, so I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to leave you guys here with the battles. Let me know if any of you guys end up trying these teams out and if they work out for you. And thank you in advance for watching the video. Again, sorry I don't have time to commentate on the entire thing, but I hope that you enjoy these battles.